Ladies and gentlemen, on occasions of this area here, we just did yesterday, and then narrowly is those ones there. We have those ones there rearranged. The cases of edition of the Sudan violence is based on this map here and this map here. And if you look this map and this map, that's where the trouble is. And then the converting of this one here and this one into this one here is the case, or to this one here is the case. Okay, they are converting this one and this one into this map here. That is the conversions of that map, and the fighting was based on that scenario and on that case. So if all along you look here, uh, the command, my command for the 7, which I did here, and the command of the president of Khartoum, and the command of the deputies, generals, and the 2 generals. Of course, we assigned. Okay, we become right there roughly 3 on that occasions, and then we order Silva Kiir must be arrested. Okay, because he's torturing the Sudanese. Okay, by cutting this line and then dividing it, making it worse. So we discussed this matter, and then in a few days it arose in war. So that's why if you look here, we say sorry, we can't find South Sudan on the whole map. So why? We are converting South Sudan and this area which you are seeing the Sudan here into one map, which is that one there, or preferably to this back this original Sudan right there. Okay, either to this shape, either to that shape. That is a must. That's why if you look there, the war was occurring because of that situation. So we failed to arrest the guy, and then the guy is aggressive, doesn't comply. When he get to Khartoum, he's not complying, and he coordinate with the Khartoum other generals to force that coup if they can resist it. So that's why the whole thing was in chaos for that criteria and for that particular manner. So let's just look here briefly back again on this yesterday issues. We have a long minute here written down, and that is a minute from those areas of the conversations. So if you look, that is briefly the minutes, and briefly this is the president of Sudan actually. So this is the former president Omar al-Bashir, and then this is Buhand, the most current president, and then this is the deputy and the general, other general, as opposition to the paramilitary groups. So if you look, and here this is the guy we are supposed to arrest, the South Sudan guy, because he was doing that small map down here, dividing that particular area under his force, because John Grant was killed, and then under his force he forced the division to be to 2. That's why if you look here, myself, and then these other general, the 2 general here who are fighting that war there, and then my involvement was they designed, okay, they designed, which I have 7 on this map. Then I have this South Sudan as in the middle here, and then remembering this entire map as the original map, other than the divided map. So if you look here, I have enforcements, and those 2 generals, they have the enforcements there. So plus the deputies, and then plus the former president of Sudan. So if you look here, this guy came right after John Grant, and then he used all the forces, all his resources to build this country into 2. He built the country into 2, and then we wanted to enter his resource, wherever the resident, which is the South Sudan resident, wherever they do the shopping. Okay, they do the shopping, and then we will use the same policies. Okay, this guy here, their currency must be collected off. Okay, because we are seeing this map here has a war. This is Khartoum, and then all has a wall round there, and then he's now coming also down here to this line because it's gonna affect this line here, and then to unite this map back to remember this copyright policy. That's the copyright fighting that particular war. Nothing else that we are seeing to confuse here. If you look, that's the copyright original copy 2010. This is it 2011, 2020, 22, and 2023 is still there on the map because there is no ceasefire. We put the ceasefire, this map did not evacuate, and then the computer is remembering this Sudan map, and this Sudan map doesn't remember 7 and doesn't take the 7 yet. So if you look on, that is how the 7 was designed. That is our 7 which we designed. This is the old map, and that's how 7 is. If that is on African map, I mean on East African map, and then we have on African map. Okay, we have it somewhere right here, vis-a-vis right there on African map. Okay, so that is how it goes, and then sync all the hustle of these criteria and these capacities as the so-called affected, and then it's giving addition a lot of headaches for addition for most Sudanese there. So, and if you look, this is the situation right there. This is the Second World War, of course. The division of that particular map came. Sudan Civil War was created around the 1983 to 2005, and then 2023 between the Central Sudanese governments and the Sudan People Liberation Army, which is the South Sudan, okay, which is operating around the Juba, Sudan. We have Darfur, Sudan, also involved with that conflict around 2005, and then Khartoum, Sudan, involved around 2023 in that particular conflict. And how to find the peace signs. Those map are the Sudanese peace signs. The map we have here, and if you look, no South Sudan right there at all, except here we have allocations, and then the general is now assigned this area's management. If he is overfighting the capital, and then the capital need peace of mind to avoid the resident fleeing away. So I order him, you can see there I put an arrow around this line here, let him operate this side here, the Equatorian area here, let him morale this area, and then they ensure the South Sudan is stuck in the middle. This is heavy side for him to ensure there is a peace sign here and a peace deal here. So that means all his forces as a second general must evacuate that capital to ensure that much building cannot put down, and then to ensure the resident has peace of mind, has water running over them, and then has light, and has all the basic routines which they are using for the city, so that the president, which is right there, must conquer that area. You can see here the president assistant will be also alongside here if they have that reinforcement, and then they can do only this line here. We assigned them, let them do this line and not inside the Juba, and then evacuating, because this is from this area here you are seeing alongside of Kayoga's. This is between Boro and right there, and then right there, and then right there. They must parole this one only without the fight to Khartoum. So they must also permit them a landing down over Khartoum, whatever they operate right there, and then securing that particular addition changes to this particular map, because the whole forces we know come from right there from source. Source was powerful over Uganda, and then they are resistant to addition to Uganda, because they took 90% of the resource of, and then they're utilizing, because we have two side refugees which flee the war, because the war was like this, seen like this, and then that's the memo. And then from as you can read the statement right there, that is how the Sudanese flee the war. And then the most how they flee to Uganda, Kenya, and then that's how the war was flee. And then we don't want that to happen to the capital. And then to stop all that, that is the only situation we have for those forces, if they are seen to be the most dangerous now, the government, not more government, and they are seen as a rebel to the resident, and then they should evacuate that capital and then operate alongside here, because this was they may add second to the SPLM or to the SPLA Liberation Army, and then they must operate this line here as Sudan. And if you look right there, this is Equatoria Sudan. It's not South Sudan. South Sudan is right there in the middle. The line is right there, mark and mark tick. And if this one here don't mind and don't try to squeeze them out, the whole thing will reach 7 like this. Okay, we will have a 7. That is a 7 which will be squeezed out. Then the whole thing will reach Sudan. So on occasions, that is just regards of the areas that we are seeing because of the war here. They must follow that criteria and that steps. So otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, so no much waste, and that is at least our addition, our suggestion for that particular areas that we are seeing. So if you look here on the map, particularly on this map here, nothing else. So we designed this map as Sudan, and then this good is taken over, and it has that war. Whatever that war, they have it, and then they build that unification. So that is a good follow-up they can follow. And then you can see we have all the arrangements. We have East African one, we have an individual and an individuals and an individuals, and then an African map, and then also we have on the side of the world map, which are all shown here. Okay, on the world map we have that one. World map, you can see there, right there, we have on the world map. That's how it goes on the world map, and we have it right there shown for you people. And then I think nothing very much that is too confusing here. And then that does is say for the purpose of the clarifications of that particular doubt, and and us is so how to arrest that particular decision South Sudan leader. And then because they're involved in this war, and then they're involved, and then how to get the person arrested, and then how to stop their counterfeiting, and then how to collect those counterfeitings like they did with the Numeri. The power of Numeri was also divided under the Equatorian capacities, and then the Numeri's portional capacities, or the Lagu's capacities, and this one, because there is a coup there, Lagu came and coup and then become the Equatorians. Right there you can see and how the money they counterfeit there as Equatorian counterfeit, and how they ended up that counterfeiting. Okay, because it was unpurposeful counterfeiting, which is very fake and very and a good culture one. And then that's when they collected it off, and then that's when Khartoum released the original counterfeit, which bear this map here, the counterfeit which come from this map. Okay, and there is a counterfeit which is this one here. If you see this red area here, this is Equatorial counterfeit. It was fake, and then this guy has a counterfeit now. Currently, the South Sudan has a counterfeit, and the counterfeit is fake. So Equatoria has a counterfeit which is fake, and then Sudan has the original counterfeit, and that is this counterfeit which came from this original map, and it was designed from this year of the independent of this original map. That is the original counterfeit they must accept in all Juba soap and in Khartoum soap, whatever the war ended up, and they open up the businesses. That is the overview we should know. And if they're gonna enforce another counterfeit such as South Sudan, they must not be enforced, and then they must not reopen when this map is not established, or this map is not established and the map is still divided. They must not reopen. That is overview we are seeing here as the whole situation, because we know the fleeing of is those refugees, and the people who matters, the land matter most to them. They want to come and secure them in the future. That is overview. Otherwise, that is that, ladies and gentlemen.